into online, Phazon and Lil Cap were coming out and winning those tournaments. So it seems like they're obviously really good at twos, but they're also really good to play with in terms of twos. Like, they're easy to play with, which is a very important characteristic of a strong player as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, because I think the thing about twos is being able to adjust twos to your teammate, because if you only have one style and then that style clashes with your twos partner, that's unfortunate. But it seems like everyone at this level right now does a really good job of adjusting, or at least finding the teammate that works with them very well. So Becky Lynch out here, as well as Amethyst. This means we're going to get that. We have that Nash and that Zoe. Big power team here, if you will, as far as how much force is on that side.
Oh, side heavy gonna find the first KO. Despite Faizon and Cody going up early in terms of damage in this game, Faizon's the first one to be knocked out. His Pearl has been looking fantastic today. Great pickup on that. Did that very quickly. You saw how far his Spear Cider, how fast his Spear Cider immediately sent him into Cody, who found the hit, turned it around. Faizon was ready for the pickup.
That boy Cody Travis, man, I'm telling you, man, he makes Brawlhalla look so, like the top tier every time. Like, that man, he has been the sole Brawlhalla that I think of anytime I think of this character, and I mean, he does this character big justice. Ends up finally losing that stock, but he is the healthiest person on the screen by far. Everyone else sitting, well, now he's starting to take a little damage, but everyone else sitting in the yellows, some getting over the deep yellows, possible oranges.
Oh! Oh, he took him out so fast. That was an orange KO. Snowy and Zacoi now find themselves up here as they're both just in the orange. Cody is surviving in the yellow. D-Light side air picking up a lot of players in that.
Hey, I don't like, how did that happen? You know what I mean? Like, how did we get here? It is the real question. That was a really big pickup from Snowy. Unfortunately, though, even with the big pickup, they are still behind with the fact that my man, Brawlhalla, a.k.a. Cody Travis, is just opting to never get hit. He's like, you know what? I'm living. That's what I plan to do. Now he's doing a good job of pushing some of that pressure as well, trying to chase him back to the other side of things. Phazon trying to play the back line, but he keeps getting caught up by the red team.
And that's one of the things, like, he's playing Pearl, which is the Kaya crossover, and, like,
Right.
Kaya is extremely defense heavy. Like, even without the point in her stat, she has a lot of defense. So yeah, like, you think that about Brawlhalla, but Phazon also has that with Kaya, but he's also kind of dying here. Nice follow-up, though. Got the double D-Light. The KO happened on the left side as well. Despite Phazon, like, he took 366 damage. He was yellow on his final stock. So we're going to take 50 away from that went on his final stock. We're at like 310. We're going to round that down to 300 to make the math easier for my small brain.
Yeah.
He was dying in those other two stocks at 150. For a character, look at all that defense that he has. He's 8 defense, but he was still dying in 150 on average for his first and second stock.
Rewatching that last stock, Snowy actually just gave it up.
Yep.
I guess he didn't want to do this. Yeah, he was definitely able to touch the wall, but he just slid away from the wall, just gave it up after he saw Sequoia going out. He's like, you know what, I'm not even going to try. And you know what? That's why you guys only have top 8 placements right there. You know what? you can't just give up like that, bro. Like, anyway.
This is their year, though. I'm expecting big stuff from Snowy and Zacoi this year. This is Winter Champs, man. You know how weird Winter Champs can be for every level of player, even the best of the best and the worst of the worst. Winter Champs is just strange.
Yeah, that's true. Something about that cold weather outside, man. Got people playing a little different. Although I guess it can't really be cold weather anymore because winter sometimes has 70-degree weather as well. So, I mean, what are we don't know what's going on anymore. All right, double with the recovery. No one taking the KO, though, but he does get a second one and takes that KO right there.
Oh, okay. They can't secure the KO onto Snowy, and Cody was just kind of letting him run wild onto Phazon. Put out a lot of axe damage, like 3 hits, uncontested. Now the blue team has turned their attention over to Zacoi. The recovery is going to send Cody down low. Snowy's there to immediately grab the ground pound to finish that one up. Ooh. He wants to find the KO on a Phazon too. Okay, his dodge is going to be... Oh,
yeah.
I think his dodge was off a cooldown.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think he would have made it back to the stage from as far as he got hit.
No,
unless you mean before.
Before. When he got hit, I think he could have dodged that.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate for him, losing that stock when he probably didn't have to. But, yeah, this Pearl was living for quite a bit. They got a lot of damage here on Cody Travis, though, so this could be the way that they get this lead. And there it is. Nice neutral air right there to go ahead and catch Cody Travis as he's trying to land. Couldn't land over that. And now, a good lead here developing for the red team.
There is a weapon spawn on the field that, you know, Cody wants to get to. He's finally able to grab it. He threw that ladder up 45 years ago, and it still fell down and hit Cody on the head. Zacoi grabs the weapon spawn, immediately picks up the neutral light. Big axe going to send Zacoi all the way to the left side. Dodges the down air from Phazon. That would have put him in a bad spot. Neutral air from Phazon, though, going to grab it, send up. Zacoi doing his best to relieve some pressure on his unarmed teammate. The big side air sending Zacoi, but not to the blast zone.
Oh, definitely looked for it right there. Wasn't going to be able to find it. And now, a lot of dancing going around here. Nice. All right, I give that up. Oh, and he's continuing to just give up these stocks, man. I guess it's just better for him not to try to come back if it was going to leave his opponent into a 2v1 or something like that. Just come back together. Hopefully we can make this win.
There was no way for Snowy to make it back there. Like, he can estimate that. Like, almost all of his jumps were gone. Like, maybe he had a dodge, but you saw how far away he was. So he'd rather just fast fall to his death there. It's really unfortunate to see Snowy dying so many times to the bottom blast zone when he's not, like, getting forcibly sent into it. You see him move, and you see the jumps coming out. So he just gets caught out at the wrong time, and he just has to basically fall to his death there.
Well, this is unfortunate for him, too, man. They were starting to develop a decent lead. But just not being able to KO Kaya is an issue. And also not being able to get this last stock off of Brawlhalla is be an issue as well. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be an easy one right there. That side air is going to go ahead and take it. Man, we are already at the 2-0 mark here from Cody Travis and Phazon. This is looking harder and harder for them to make this comeback. And I feel like they actually did a decent job in that last game, too, of like dealing with Cody Travis. But then while you're dealing with Cody Travis, they're not doing a good job of dealing with Phazon. So it's like once they like focus on the other person on that team just starts to pop off.
And that's exactly what you should be doing. As a strong team like Faizon and Cody are, if one player is left to their own devices, like, they should be going off. That's something you should absolutely expect. We're going to see the immediate SD from Zacoi here within the 10-second time window. Cody's going to throw out some damage, though. Going to practice his D-lights a little bit before falling to his death. We're going to get a reset of this game. Don't know whether it was the stage or whether there's a connection issue or what happened here, as we see Phazon and Cody Travis going to run out their final stocks here.
All right. Well, apparently that's not what we were trying to play. So let's go ahead and figure out what we're actually trying to do here as we get into the real stage that we're looking for. Oh, okay. So never mind. It was the stage.
Mammoth Fortress. So not sure what happened. Now think about it. Zacoi was the first one to run off. So in the beginning of this game, I'm going to pay close attention to him to see if it was maybe like a connection issue that we can figure out early on. I'm going to guess maybe that's what it was based on his movement early on in that game. He didn't put too much pressure out on anything. It was just like dash jumps, fading back a little bit, some more dashes to see if his movement was feeling where it needed to be.
Yeah. All right. So with that being said, you know, mishaps aside, we're going to go ahead and see how this last game, potential last game, plays out. If Cody Travis and Phazon continue this type of dominance that we've been seeing in these last few games. Ooh, speaking of dominance right there, great ground pound. Gets a double? Oh, yes, those weapons. This should, yeah, he couldn't avoid the second weapon toss for sure. Good stuff right there from the red team, getting 2 early stocks.
And the weapon spawn is going to come in. Snowy grabbed that one out from Cody, so he's having to fight unarmed to try and get these KOs. The side air from almost the middle of the stage had enough on it. There's the side light, D-light, side air. That's going to be the easy KO for Phazon.
All right. Here we go.
Now, sort of the middle of the second stock is where we've seen the red team kind of fall behind before. Because once the red team is on their final stocks, you're seeing like Cody in orange or Phazon in orange. Not really anywhere near being knocked onto their final stocks yet. Big damage coming out from Snowy. Did catch his teammate a little bit in that. Damage is going to favor the red team here. Big dare from Cody. The last part of it ends up picking up both members of the red team, adding up some good damage. Blue team completely split here. Sequoia and Snowy regrouping back in the middle. The cannon blast from Snowy covered low. Zacoi covered high with his signature. They got the KO.
All right, man. So, that unfortunate hit on the teammate right there, but it happens. Now, this is, again, around the part where I say this is the flex game, you know? You can get 2 KOs right here, and it looks like now you're back in the lead.
What just
happened? Like that. I don't even know what happened to, I don't know what happened to Becky Lynch there. That Zacoi seems like he kind of dropped. I'm looking again, too, but I was too late looking at the stream, so unfortunate. It's going to be able to, it's going to drop that stock now. A little bit of a lead here for the blue team, but Phazon is playing a dangerous game as far down he is. We did see him lose some stocks relatively early too to Zacoi with those great ground pounds, so you might want to watch out. That's going to be a stock off of Cody Travis. Phazon just got to live a little bit so Cody Travis get back down to the game, and now right back into it.
That axe neutral came out from Snowy. That hit Phazon, put some damage on him, but it also, oh no, are they going to get Zacoi here? He's over on the edge of the ground pound. He dared to avoid it, but like, what was he going to do there? And Cody and Phazon end up taking that one. Take it 3-0 over Snowy and Zacoi.
Yeah, they did a really good, that was a really good ending right there for Cody Travis and Phazon, man. They took what was like a very like risky spot for everybody, and they turned that into their favor for sure.
Cody and Phazon just played like the second half of the game so well. Like the first half was relatively even kind of most of the time. There was the occasional 2v2 combo that picked up either like one or the other member of actually both teams at multiple points. But the second half of the game is where Cody and Phazon really shined, really showed their experience as 2v2 players on how to close things out.